So hold on, let me get this right. This is gonna sound a bit crazy, even for me, right? Okay. So, years ago, I was writing this paper. I was doing a lot of studying to write this paper about weather modification and um, Morgellons disease or Morgellons. A lot of people might know about weather modification. They know where most people understand that we can create rain now. When I say we, I mean like mankind can create rain. We're not really creating rain, they're enhancing a cloud so the cloud creates rain, if that makes any sense. By iodizing the cloud, a cloud system in order to change, uh, you know, maybe a cumulus cloud into precipitation. Okay, so causing rain out of thin air, pretty much. Now I know you might say, okay, well, what does this have to do? What does this have to do with God? Okay, this is look, all this stuff is stuff in high places. This is all the stuff that's going to play a part in controlling large numbers of people in the future. We're talking about down the road, controlling large numbers of people in the future. So I did a paper years ago, right, with Morgellons disease, which is nanoparticles that are that can be introduced into an ecosystem um, using the cloud seeding, you know, as a means, as a way to get that out into the system. Because I was sitting back thinking, right, all this rain on Earth that we having right now. I'm sure I wish I could set up my radar. If I wasn't interrupted all the time, I could be doing some of this stuff. If I could set up my radar, I would be able to look and tell if these storms are created, and not only if they're created, but are they being guided? Okay, because there have been times in history where storms were both created and guided. Okay, so in the future, well, I don't even like to say in the future because it could possibly be happening right now. But in the future, you could definitely look forward to not only having storms created and guided, which already happens. That's already a given. But having nanoparticles placed into these storms in order to introduce things into our system, into our into our vessels. Okay, one such thing is like Morgellons, right? Morgellons, which is like it comes off. It's been expressed in both, everything from fiber optic to nanoelectronics. Miniature robots, basically. Okay, it's been put into like a pump form where you can move liquid from one place to another in a transfusional way to move a liquid from one place to another, or not necessarily liquid, but to move air from one place to another within the body structure. Like something that's in you can move air from one place to another outside of your bodily function. Okay. So the point is, once they get to a point where they can control X, Y, and Z, because you need a number of things to happen in order to control complete bodily functions. Okay? In order to make someone lift their arm, there's a few things that have to go into that. I mean, there's the nervous system that hooks into the muscular system and all this other stuff. There's a few things that have to go into that, okay? But I'm saying it might be a good idea for us to start looking further into some of these systems and like the Morgellons. They call it Morgellons disease, right? But into Morgellons, into I hate to use the word chemtrails, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You're spraying objects from in an aerosol form into the sky in order to have it spread throughout the atmosphere. In order to produce something, whether you produce in a cloud, whatever. And then a lot of these storms can be guided through radar systems or electromagnetic systems and all this other stuff. Listen, by the end of the day, when you done combining all these things together, just imagine somebody would be able to someone will be able to take a robotic system, a nanorobotics, put it in a container on a plane, and that could be sprayed out over large groups of people. And then those people would be able to be controlled remotely, or their systems would just react to it in such a way where they would just involuntarily or what voluntarily just go with whatever is put in them. They will react to whatever's put. In other words, you basically creating zombies. I hate to use that word. I watched it. I watched a lot of zombie movies because I got to thinking, and all these systems are already in place. A lot of this stuff is not a secret. A lot of this stuff has been done for like 50, 60 years, especially the weather modification. That's been done for like 50 years now, 60 years, 70 years. Yeah, this is 2020. Yeah, like 70 years now. So this is not like some secret. This is not some grand secret. Okay, Morgellons. I know that's been around. I know I first heard of it around 2011 or something like that. That's like 12, 13 years ago or something like that. So yeah, a lot of these systems are already in place. And they were working then. Okay, they were experimenting with it then. They were spraying it then on the public. Okay? So I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm thinking we might need to pay attention to stuff outside of our usual frame of thought. Because we might be in some serious, trouble, man. With a bunch of maniacs who just not like, you know what I'm saying? They not like in tune with themselves. So they, they like to like experiment here and there and do this, that, and the other and play God, all this stuff. They might have the God gene. They pushing the God gene through and all this stuff. I'm telling you. I know that sounds crazy, but once you look into these things are already being used together. They're already being used together. They just need to be, ramped up to a point. I think the last thing that will be needed is, just imagine robotics to rabies. If you could just imagine that, just putting rabies inside a nanobot where it wouldn't be released until it was inside a person. It wouldn't just be released out into the general atmosphere. Okay? It would be released when a person breathes it in, ingests it, they drink the water, whatever. I think the control factor is what's missing, because I think everything else is already in play. But I think the control of it, being able to control it, being able to send uh, a rainstorm and then control how the nanos are going to be, keeping it in a controlled fashion, because you can't just throw a tornado might throw wind 10, 20 miles outside of its space, outside of its given area. So just because you want to infect one town, you couldn't necessarily take the chance and have it infect 100-mile area. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more of a control thing right now. I think that's what's holding up everything. I know this sounds crazy, y'all. I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds crazy. It sounded crazy 15 years ago when I was talking about people creating the weather, controlling the weather. Okay? That sounded crazy then. People used to say, "Oh man, you're just tripping. You paranoid." Those lines in the sky, that's just jets. Just jets. They're not using heavy metals that's giving people Alzheimer's disease and making people forget their names in a matter of 3 months. That's just your imagination. Okay? Now, until it came down to aluminum being in there and barium, strontium and all this other stuff. So I'm just saying we might want to look into a few other things as we go along, because we can't get tunnel vision on any of this. Cannot get tunnel vision on any of this, seriously. Because these people are thinking way outside the little tunnel vision. All right, they got that all wrapped up already. But that's about it. I'm probably ranting on. I probably should have brought some actual useful information. I really don't have anything right now. I could go look up some stuff and then do an official thing. I did a series a couple of weeks ago. You probably check it out on one of the other channels. I don't know which channel I put it on. But that's about it. Anyway, enjoy your day. And don't forget, keep your eyes to the sky, man. We got to protect the sky, for real. Got to protect the sky. Because at the end of the day, these people will kill us all. And they don't care. They could care less. They do not care. They don't care if they change the temperature by a few degrees. That's not even a thing to them. So, yeah, we got to stay on top of it, too.